Belioza Çoku, presente?
Hello, everybody.
Oh, good evening.
Hello from Albania. It's a great pleasure for me to have this video call with you. I would like to thank all the organizers for the event, especially the Nima Foundation and Mr. Rossi for kindly inviting me to speak. As you know, we are in a very delicate situation during those days. All countries are vulnerable to a similar spectrum of natural disasters that threaten people's lives, property, cultural heritage, and the environment, as well as posing a serious threat to the well-being and security of our citizens. But especially Albania, during those last years, was very exposed to a lot of disasters, especially floods and earthquakes. And recent earthquake, a very strong one, as you know, caused a lot of problems in Albania, and now we are in an emergency situation to manage this disaster. I would like to thank all the countries and organizations in this room that have offered their assistance during those days for Albania. Only those who have gone through such an experience can understand how important it is that in a traumatic time like this, when you can't even trust the land where you are walking, you are not alone. Thank you. We have moved now to a second phase of our response, the post-disaster assessment of damages. Structural joint teams of Albania and international engineers are on the ground inspecting damaged buildings. In next phases, we will look into how to rebuild ourselves with a mid to long-term perspective. Damage recovery is a difficult challenge because the damage is enormous, especially in this last earthquake. Earthquake of 26th November was in fact another test of the new civil protection mechanism, which was approved by the Assembly on 9 July, although this mechanism is in its first stages. Today, the bylaws have not yet been approved, and new structures have not been implemented, and nor have the development of risk assessment and risk management strategies at the local and national level been drafted. So even though it is just the beginning and there is still much work to be done until the civil protection mechanism will be fully operational, everything is worked in a much more efficient way than before. There is no doubt that the potential of this new mechanism is extraordinary and proves that we have done the right thing by adopting a model of civil protection as advised by our lives. Building a well-functioning mechanism, even in extraordinary challenges, will be the hallmark of the success of this work that we take on very seriously, not just because it is the next reform, but because it has a direct impact on the safety, life, and health of Albanian citizens. This reform is being possible also thanks to the various projects are being implemented. I want to focus on projects with foreign donations that are initiated to further increase the capacity of the Albanian Civil Protection Agency to prevent and respond to disaster management. The project that I want to mention is the PRONEWS, Program for Improving National Early Warning System and Flood Prevention in Albania, co-financed by the European Union, which is helping for the improvement of the legal and institutional framework on civil protection and disaster risk reduction at large, development of flood hazard maps, according to the provision of EU Flood Directive, and is supported for the accession to the European Union Civil Protection Mechanism. But also is being possible thanks to projects that are promoting the creation of an efficient cross-border cooperation. The cross-border approach is needed in our region and is related to the individualities of the different territories involved and different ways of prevention and intervention in case of disasters that integrated will certainly contribute to the development of a winning operational model. The project that I want to mention is to be ready, the flood and big fire forest prediction, forecast and emergency management, co-financed by the IVA-CPC Italy-Albania Montenegro program. The project partnership proposed by Mondo Civil Protection Department, Puglia Civil Protection Department, the Directorate of Emergency Management of Montenegro, and the National Civil Protection Agency of Albania will enhance the conditions to increase the safety of the Italian, Albanian, and Montenegrin basin from natural and man-made disaster implementing cross-border initiatives able to establish bridge among participating regions in order to adopt common intervention strategies in case of wildfires and floods. To be ready, project aims at facing common challenges shared among Italian, Albanian, and Montenegrin Adriatic regions which, in the last years, are hit by various natural and man-made disasters that have caused notable human losses and damages to environment and infrastructure. Both aforementioned projects are needed for well-established organizations, but are even more important for structures in process of formation, such as the civil protection mechanisms in Albania. These projects are needed to help our organization to improve what it's doing with existing processes, services, or infrastructure, but also add new muscles which are very much necessary when deep reforming processes are taking place. Ladies and gentlemen, the comprehensive local, national, regional, and global approach of managing the risk of disaster and disasters themselves, as well as addressing the entire spectrum of risk, are some of the contemporary challenges. We are increasingly demonstrating that we are ready to respond individually or by joining our capacities. I am optimistic that being together, we will achieve the successful fulfillment of the objectives to transform the region and beyond into a safer and more prosperous place for our citizens, furthermore being constantly ready to engage our separated or joint capacities to assist other countries in need. Please accept my very best wishes for an effective, successful, and productive conference. Thank you very much.